Hey guys, I'm Jordan Lipscombe. I'm here with Mark Hill today to share with you our exclusive collaboration that we have. I'm so excited about this. Me and Mark Hill have worked for a really, really long time to bring you this new, beautiful grey monotone silver metallic set. For the collection, there is 3 different barrels. Of course, you get the main handle as well. It is beautiful. We completely customed designed this. It is stunning. Then there is the medium barrel, which is the one I'm going to use in today's tutorial. We have the Mermaid Waves as well, which, by the way, all of these barrels, these are probably my top 3 favorite Mark Hill barrels. And then the last one, this is the round brush, which is a brush that gives you like that beautiful blow dried effect hair. So this is the handle. Just want to show you how easy it is to just clip this barrel in and out. All you literally do, click it in place. You'll hear a click so you know it's ready. And then there is a little button on the side here that you use to release it as well. On switch, just let it heat up. It doesn't take long. While that's heating up, I'll get the hair ready. So what I like to do is one side, then the other. That's the method that I like to use. With the medium barrel, my favorite kind of style to do with it is more of like that Hollywood style wave, you know, when all the curl is like one sort of big wave. I love that. I just roughly split my hair in 2 at the back. This side, I'm just gonna grab a little clip and just clip it off to make sure it's out the way and we can save that one for later. So what I like to do is work from the bottom up. So I'm just going to grab a chunk of hair from underneath. I have the Mark Hill heat protectant here. Just going to spritz that over the hair so it's prepped. Brush that through. What I like to do is work from the bottom upwards. So I like to just take a little chunk of hair from underneath. So the barrel actually has this little stand, by the way, which can rest. It's really cute, so it's safe. I like to go downwards like this, wrap the hair around the barrel. If any little bits are missed, it doesn't matter, I can go back in a second. I typically hold it for about 6 to 8 seconds, like around that mark. I drop it into my hand, hold it here for a few seconds, let it cool down and set a little bit, and then when you drop, get a curl. Any little bits that I miss, I have hair extensions, so all my little short bits sometimes come out. I can literally just go back in and that will just like merge in. I'll lift this over so you can see it even better actually. Like when I'm at home, I just don't really like freehand like that. But just so you guys can see the curl. And then from here onwards, this is the method that I repeat. So I just keep wrapping around, holding it for sort of 6 to 8 seconds, drop it, let it cool a little bit, and then it's done. A little tip though, if you guys do want the hair to be like even fuller, what you could do is curl some away from your face, some towards your face. That way the hair doesn't sit as one sort of big curl and it will add even more volume. But I just really like this like Hollywood style wave at the end. I kind of like brush them all together and you'll see the effect that it gives. Another thing I like as well is I make sure the hair lays flat against the barrel. I don't know if you guys can see right along here, the hair is super, super flat. I just find that it lays better on the barrel and every bit of hair obviously gets the heat and you'll get a better curl. Guys, this collaboration has been so fun to do. If you have been with me from the beginning, which was, what, 6, 7, 8 years ago? A long time. I have been using Mark Hill since then. When they approached me to do this, literally, like my childhood, just like the baby me just screamed. It just feels right, you know, like it's just one of those things that feels right to do. And we've had so much fun doing it. I feel like it's a completely different aesthetic for Mark Hill as well, which I love doing. We really wanted to kind of create something that was very obviously Mark Hill, but also like very me. I'm just obsessed with it. It's just been so fun. I think my favorite thing doing this whole process, I think was definitely designing, like seeing it come from paper to real life. Obviously we went for a bunch of different samples, a bunch of different obviously colouring, Pantones, there's so much to choose from, which by the way, I didn't know that so many colours existed. When we was picking so many different greys, I was like, how is there like 900 different shades of grey? So it come around last year, probably, maybe towards the beginning, I think, of last year. Time has literally flown by, to be honest. But yeah, you guys will have to let me know what you think of it. I mean, I think it's beautiful, I'm biased, but I think it's really, really cool. Like, it's a really cool take on colour, because I feel like Mark Hill is known for their colour, their pinks, their oranges. So we wanted to go more down like the neutral cool route. And I feel like we've nailed it, if I do say so myself. The reason as well as to why I was so excited to do this is not only obviously because I've been using Mark Hill for years, but because their barrels are one of the only barrels where the curl will last in my hair for days, which obviously makes it easy, especially when you have hair extensions. I can wash my hair, dry it, use my Mark Hill tool to style it, and it will literally last until I wash it out, which is why I use them all the time. Oh, perfect. Starting to get to the top section now. Don't know if you can see that. So I've done like the bottom half, we're onto the top. We're gonna grab a little bit here. I like to leave the front pieces till last. Just gonna curl everything that's not that front piece. This is such like an easy hairstyle to do, guys, but it looks really luxe. This one, I think, out of all of them, is definitely a go-to for me. The medium barrel is probably, I'd say it's probably my most used barrel. Like, I use all of them, but they all obviously give such different vibes and looks, but this one I think is my most used barrel. I chose the medium one as well because I feel like it works for all like different hair lengths. Obviously, depending on your hair length, you'll get a different look, right? But I, like back in the day, I used to have a bob, like a really, really short bob, and it would give me almost that like beachy style, like wave, like that effortless kind of wave, where obviously if you have a bit longer hair, it's gonna look a little bit curlier. That was important to me when we were making this, that all barrels could be used for everybody. Like, no matter like your hair length or texture or whatever. Onto the top layer now. When I get to this top layer though, I kind of like start a little bit lower down. I don't know if you guys were noticing, but I was curling from sort of the root before, whereas this top layer, I go like a few inches down, just because I don't want that curl right from the root. Give a little wiggle and it cool down a little bit. Remember as well, sort of the bigger chunks that you take, the slightly more looser the wave will be, and then obviously the smaller, the tighter it will be. I kind of go like somewhere in between, not too big, not too small. Last couple pieces on this side. Okay, there we go. One's that done. So for this side, sometimes like I switch hands with the barrel, sometimes I don't. Today I'm just going to keep it on the same side. Again, just lay the hair flat against it. Just a little FYI as well, in the handle, you actually get a heat protectant glove as well, if that's something you use. It's a cute little black one. I don't personally always reach for these, to be honest, but it's there if you need it. Like, these can get really hot, so. Okay, final couple pieces left. These are my favorite bits because you're almost done and you're gonna have the nicest wavy hair ever. There's always one little bit I always forget. It's like find them, search them. For this final top bit, I actually will switch the barrel to this hand just so I get the same form of curl. So, because obviously these are the face framing bits, so I want these to like really flow back away from my face. There we go. Pretty sure we are all curled. There might be the odd little bit, but I can always look once I've finished styling it. Okay, so to finish off the hair, the style, all I like to do is just take some hairspray. This is the Mark Hill Texture Hairspray. I almost like lift it up a little bit just so I can get all the curls at once. And I just do just a gentle little spray, not too much. Still want the hair to be sort of flexible, but it just adds like a little bit of extra hold. And then I like to use more of like a wider tooth comb and just start to gently brush through the curl, and you'll see it all start to like smooth out and come together. So like you can see the difference between both sides. It just looks a little bit more finished, I think. Definitely use something more wide comb though, because I find if you use something that's too much, like a brush, like too many bristles, you might get a little bit of frizz, whereas with this, it's just gonna go through the curl a little bit better. A little bit of hairspray just at the top, and then I'll literally just use my hand just to smooth it over, just gets rid of any little flyaways. And that is literally how I use the Mark Hill X Jordan Lipscombe medium barrel. I'm obsessed, this is a go-to hairstyle for me. I hope you guys love this as much as I do.